Let's cross over to Eldoret, I believe. Wahiga Zinzi.
All right, let's now take you to a different county where in Uasin Gishu, a row is brewing between Governor Jackson Mandako and MCAs who are pushing for the control of funds by having 40% of development allocations channeled towards.
Let's now bring in John Wanyama, who will give us more details on this developing story. John Wanyama, good to see you this morning. Quick question to you first and foremost. This has been, in many ways, a long-standing demand by MCAs. We've seen them, really pushing for financial autonomy. My question to you is, why do those MCAs now believe that the governor will simply cave into their demands and give over 40% of a budget the governor says is already not enough, for his program?
Wahiga MCAs are saying that for the development the governor has been doing around the county, which they are calling flagship projects, they are saying they have not really been done equitably, and they are saying some wards have really been missing out, and according to MCAs there are some wards that have in the last 6 years have received projects of less than 20 million, and they feel like this is the right time for the MCAs to be given 40% of the development money, which is like this year. If this bill will go through and it become a law today, then MCAs in Uasin Gishu, each and every ward will be getting 43 million Kenyan money for this particular year, and Governor Uasin Gishu Jackson Mandako will be left with the 60% which he will be controlling. So MCAs are feeling like there are some particular projects in different wards, and they have the people of different wards have different needs. Like for example, people of Uruma ward, these are the people residing from within Uasin Eldoret town, and there are those people who are in rural areas. They are saying their needs are totally different, and they cannot be just put on one platform with the governor doing flagship projects and saying like maybe let's do water, but other people just want maybe sewerage system. Let me talk to Uasin Gishu County Assembly Speaker David, just to give us a green light on what is really happening about this bill. Why now? And maybe why have you waited for so long to come up with this bill?
Thank you very much, Bwana Wanyama. Allow me to explain on the Uasin Gishu Equitable Development Bill. It's a bill that is actually meant for equitable development across the county, that is in various wards. As you know, it is the prerogative of the county assembly on what has been allocated to the county government of Uasin Gishu to be able to appropriate accordingly through the budgeting process. So what the assembly felt that they needed to, on the resource envelope for the development, they needed to come with a formula whereby 60% will remain for the flagship projects and also to address any inequalities, and then 40% will be shared uniformly across all the 30 wards. What will happen is the implementation is it is still the same. It will be controlled by the executive, that is through the respective departments, and through public participation, the people as envisioned in the objects of devolution, that is to involve the people in the governance of their county and also to involve them in their development. They will be able to identify the various projects and priorities for that given ward, and then once it is costed, then it will be passed by the county assembly to be implemented by the executive. Okay, Speaker, the residents are asking, why now? Why do you feel like after 6 years you need this 40% to go to the wards? Of course, as you know, when devolution came in, there have been a learning curve. And as we go along, we go on improving. So there has been some feelings in some quarters that the development across the wards was they didn't have that uniformity. So this bill is meant to address at least 40% on the uniformity. Then the 60% can be used for flagship projects, which are supposed to be there for uplifting the county government, and also to address any inequalities as a result of the disparity in development. But 40%, it is the feeling of the assembly that it should be distributed equally.
We have seen, my last question to you, we have seen public participation among residents going down each and every day, because whatever they tell the county to do is not what really what the county government comes and implement. Do you think this is going to boost it, and they're going to participate in this one, public participation of today?
Yeah, as you have said, Wanyama, public participation in terms of participants has been dwindling when it comes to quantity. And also, the feeling of the people is that most of the things they'll say that they want to be done within their wards are not being reflected when it comes to real implementation. So with that, they have been feeling that it is just meant to to address that constitutional requirement of public participation. But what we are saying now is that it is high time what the people say is implemented so that they can be participants in the development of the county. Yeah.
Do you think this governor is going to take this lying law, and maybe what if residents in this public participation say they want 60% and not 40%?
At the end of the day, as you know, our constitution gives a lot of emphasis on the people, and the sovereign power is with the people. So what the people decides is it's their power. They have just delegated their power to their respective state actors. So at the end of the day, what they decide is what the representative of the people will go with it. I doubt whether there is any there is any problem when it comes to the county government and also the governor accepting this formula, because it is for the good of the county in general. So at the end of the day, I know we shall agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Wahiga. As we heard from the speaker here, of course, a very big share of 40% will be coming. The MCS will be taking from the meat of Uasin Gishu Governor Jackson Mandago. But such a thing has happened also in a neighboring county, that is Elgeyo Marakwet County, where MCS took over 60% or 80% of the amount. They just left out of 1 billion development money in Elgeyo Marakwet. MCS took the whole share of 800 million and left the governor with only 200 million, and that has really paralyzed maybe program and the projects of the governor, flagship programs, which he had to operate on in Elgeyo Marakwet. And maybe this 40%, if the public participation today, if they decide in Uasin Gishu, will be better. But as the speaker is saying, if the residents will still go up and demand for 70 or 80%, they have no option. They will still go ahead and take everything from Uasin Gishu Governor Jackson Mandago. So we are still following up on this issue. Today, residents are being given a chance to maybe come and participate, give their own views, give on what they want this 40%, this money to do in their different projects, and they will be deciding on what they will be doing with their own money. Wahiga.